Hello, welcome. Today we're gonna unbox the Zone. So let's jump right in. Alright, if you're unfamiliar, the Zone is a surreal play-to-lose TTRPG from Ralph D'Amico. It released a few years ago on a Kickstarter in 2022 and then retail last year. Alright, so look, we have the manual. It's a very easy to learn card-based TTRPG with just a handful of movements. There you go. You can see this is basically the entire move thing. You take stock, something's not right, not so easy, mutate, claim fate. These are all explained later. Your table of contents, some fantastic art throughout. The Zone, like I said, a surreal play to lose, so everybody's going to die. Well, as you'll see, everybody but one is going to die. Yeah, look at this. Amazing. Love the layout. This is freaking great. It explains the key moves. And you as a group go over this. This game does not have a GM. It is a GM game. Here's the Book of Mutations, which is a mechanic that helps to ratchet up the tension as you warp and mutate. It's pretty freaking cool. Yeah. Clones, mutated, a bunch of different stuff that can happen to you. Even weird stuff. Look, maple syrup. You can turn into maple syrup. That's yeah, very interesting tables. Then you have the twists. Desiccant. Book of Twists. Right? So this is the various crazy things that can happen when you encounter a twist card. Oh, man, that artwork is fantastic. Look at that. Wonderful. Then, of course, all of the cards. Look at this. FBC eyes only. So these are your display cards, the observation facility cards, these are like question cards that drive the narrative. And then, of course, we have the phobia cards, character cards. Let's crack these open, yeah? This game is also available in a digital version. You can get the box set you see here for $80, $79 and tax from Laughing Kaiju. I do recommend that over the PDF. You can get a $25 PDF of all of this stuff as well. But I realistically, even in black and white, I feel like printing this out is going to cost more than just paying for the $80. So here you go. Look at this. Look at these. Oh, fantastic. Look at the foil motivation cards. Oh man, that is fantastic. A little hard to see. Yeah, let's see something else. Okay, so here's one of the Absolution. The holograph, or the holograms make it a little. Okay, so here's one. Here's some of the characters you can choose. So it gives you an archetype, and it gives you a couple of character traits to follow. So while you don't create your characters, you do get to pick your character. There is actually a mechanic for that where everybody is basically assigned a character, and then they can kind of trade amongst each other. Already starting a collaborative game, but as you can see, each of these have specific things. Body is my playground, do no harm, and there's always a way to fix something. These also look freaking fantastic. on the art on the other side. So like I said, I mean, honestly, as much as ink costs, I don't see how you could justify printing the PDFs when you have access at a lower rate, most likely, almost guaranteed to be a lower rate, from the, so here's your scene cards. So these are how we set up each scene. I'll show you real quickly in the manual. Let's take a look at that. As you saw briefly when I flipped through the setup, so the basic premise, you're an operative. If you've seen the movie Annihilation, that is basically what's going on here. You have a zone of weirdness that they have been sending teams into. Those teams have not been returning, and you are the 14th team to go in, right? So this is how you lay it out. Yeah, you lay out each card. So you have location cards, right? Then you have the boundary, X cards, the scene deck. So when you get to a location, you pull the scene, you read the scene, you play the scene, and you move on. And there are what are called call sign cards, which we'll get to here. So yeah, these are the anomaly. These are the various scene cards, characters. So whose obsessions are most in conflict. All of these drive to ratchet up the tension and horror between the party members, right? And then we have the fate cards here. Go ahead and open those up. As you can see, most of the plastic is on these because I've been waiting to do this. I have been playing the game in its digital version, which is available for free. So those of you that have stuck around this far, congratulations. You've learned that it is free to try this game if you would like to online. The link will be in the description. All right. Maybe I should have undone the plastic before I did this. My apologies. But yeah, this is the first time I'm opening my copy. So here's our tutorial cards, right? These are the basic ones. These are the ones we use during the tutorial to learn. So claiming fate, if you think your character should die instead of the one currently holding the fate card, which is what, you know, say I claim this fate. If the player agrees, you take it. Swap call sign cards. So fate cards are your end. Call sign Abydos. So you see, whoever has the Abydos call signs, here are there's the X card, which is, you know, the stop play. Not so easy cards, which again make things more difficult. Yes, but you know, but yeah, the fate cards reference call sign cards, and the call sign cards are randomly distributed, so you don't know whose fate's going to come up when, right? And as you saw in that mechanic from the very first thing from the tutorial, you and everyone else are randomly determined when they're going to die. I apologize. Again, should have gone through and taken these off. Here we go. So, like I said, you choose your characters, you start at a facility before they send you in. All right, so here we go. Here's there, if you want to shoot that right there, boom, you can get the quick rules. All right, that probably also provides a link. So yeah, here are the call sign cards, right? Which are exactly that. They basically just assign who dies when. So These are randomly given to the players at the beginning, and then when the fate card with them on it is flipped, they are the ones who are going to go, right? This is when we start at the observation facility, right? This is how the observability. So here's your cards where you start at the observation facility. Okay, you pick one of the three. You move to the boundary, and again, pick one of the three, each person kind of describing where they're at. The campfire setting. This is the center. So this is the win end game wish. So I'm not going to show those, just going to skip past those. But then here's some more location cards. So when you saw that display, right, it gives each location, and then you guys discuss and figure out which of the three, and then you kind of describe what's going on there. You have a little scene, and you move to the next scene, right? It's a lot of fun, and like I said, GM-less, totally GM-less. The game guides you on its own. In fact, there are tutorial rules that you read together. So here you go. You see it. You have the setup, right? Hosting the zone, setting up the cards, and then the briefing. So let's take a look at the briefing. Yeah. It even is designed so you see what if my players are new to RPGs. This game is a great introductory game for people who have not played too many TTRPGs, as it has very little heavy lifting to learn the rules, and once it's set up, which is, as you can see, pretty simple, you just randomly put the cards where they're supposed to go here, just like that, right? So you put an observation facility card, a boundary card, random location, campfire, a few more random locations, and then the center, right? And the scene deck and the not so easy decks are going to determine when your fate is called. By the time you get to the end, only one person will be alive. Now, when you learn the game, you actually read together. So it has a little icebreaker. Oh dear, I'm sorry, so sorry. Let's try that again. So it has a little icebreaker, right? And then you move on, and each person reads part of the rules, right, during the briefing. So you pass the book around the table. Everybody's involved in reading the rules and learning the game. If you would like a further review of the game, that will be available soon.